It was just last month the coroner's inquest called on the province to provide funding to boost awareness of domestic violence in our province. The inquest had been looking into the stabbing deaths of the Lee family in Victoria. In Courtenay, RCMP recently put their own domestic violence unit in place, and they say they're happy with the results. A News reporter Gord Kerbis has the story.
Last month, when Courtenay RCMP investigated a stabbing death at the Maple Pool campsite, they quickly discovered what they were dealing with began as a domestic dispute. Members know they can't prevent every domestic situation from getting out of hand, but they are tackling the issue.
This is a high priority. I think we need to focus on it even more. I think that we're understaffed in this area, that I'm hoping that we can increase 2 or 3 people concentrating on these types of investigations.
Not long ago, the Comox Valley RCMP dedicated an officer to working on domestics full-time. It's a resource not many detachments get to have, but Courtenay sees it as a priority.
These individuals often need some sort of counseling, some sort of a process that they can learn not to be violent in their relationships.
Constable Raylyn Downey jumped on the opportunity to work in this area, saying there's normally a good outcome in the end, even if they are complicated cases to investigate.
You usually have a lifetime history of difficulties, and so when you start to investigate those, it's not just, you know, a he said, she said, I pushed somebody or I slapped somebody. There's always the ongoing matrimonial difficulties.
The file for every domestic dispute that occurs in the Comox Valley hits her desk. She works with couples to help resolve the issues and to get them assistance through outside agencies.
What we're trying to do now is find a way to work with the victims of domestic violence and find a way to make them safe in the relationship.
The RCMP say many people falsely believe that domestic violence only affects those with lower incomes, when in actual fact it can touch every economic level of our society. According to Constable Downey, one of the reasons it appears that way is that people who live closer together, like in apartments, are the ones who are more likely to hear their neighbors having a fight and will contact police.
If you're a middle-class person living downtown East Courtenay area, a neighbor may not hear it, and so those people are often subject to domestic violence on a more regular basis, and it doesn't get reported.
Being full-time means Downey can spend more time talking with members, getting statements from neighbors, and looking into the circumstances that caused the RCMP's involvement. It also gives her time to educate her fellow officers.
One thing that I'm really trying to do is get the newer members to understand what it is that I'm doing and what services are available so that they can offer it to people and know what they're talking about.
That knowledge is also spreading to other detachments who are looking to the Comox Valley success to see how they can duplicate it. In Courtenay, Gord Kerbis, A News.